I often ask people, it's part of my job, whether or not they meditate. And all the time I get many different answers. Usually it's not yes, or usually it's not no. It's usually like, my meditation is this or that. Um, so, for instance, a lot of times, oh, my meditation is when I go to the gym. And I think sometimes we confuse with feeling better and feeling more relaxed as getting the full benefit of meditation. This is definitely something I see in the yoga community, is that while it is great, fantastic, and has a lot of potential to be this higher level, it is often just a more of an exercise routine than it is actual a practice, a physical practice of insight and cultivation. So today we're going to kind of bridge that gap. So when you say, hey, I'm doing mindful movement or meditative movement, or I'm doing yoga practice, you are actually doing that thing, meditation. And so that way you're not just getting the benefits of, hey, I'm getting lower blood pressure, I'm getting the physical benefits of the exercise component, but you're also getting the insight that is born from having space and awareness, and that what actually you can use as a tool to chop down and dissolve your negative patterns. Okay? So we're going to do this. So we're going to bridge today together with the mindfulness piece and the movement piece together. And we're going to do it in a drill I call the 4S's. In seated, we're going to seated meditation. We're bringing in that object of focus or object of concentration, which is today the breath. So it's going to be really important that when you breathe in a way that you're aware and it fits your goal. So when you're just kind of sitting there, you can have a more relaxed breath. But as we steadily intensify, you have to be a little bit more forceful with your breath. Okay, so understand that. But in the beginning, just kind of think diaphragmatic breathing, an expansive rib cage, but don't initiate from here. Okay, we're trying to maintain nice, slow calmness to it, and then go to the next piece. Fine. The second one is called stable. All right, so the second S, stable, is we're going to hold an isometric hold, and you're going to breathe and maintain position. And so you're going to start to maintain your breathing without it wavering in any way. This will probably be the most similar breathing tempo to your seated meditation. And then what you're going to start to do is you're going to start to expand your awareness into other parts of your body. So now you have this kinesthetic sense of your belly, what's going on there, you're breathing, but then if you're holding a plank, where are you losing your technique, your form or alignment? And so a couple ideas for this would be planks, hollow hold. You could hang from a bar, an L sit. You could do just a wall sit. You could do a lunge hold, just a full plank in either variation. So there's a bunch of different stuff there. It's an isometric hold. It's something you have to be able to maintain for at least a minute. All right, that's what we need to cycle through, so scale it accordingly. All right, the third S, slow, is now we're doing something that has a very slow tempo to it. Now you have two different breathing techniques that you can utilize with this one. Whatever breathing technique, make sure you're not depriving yourself of oxygen. We don't want you to pass out, and that you're not restricting, okay? So make sure it's something you can control and maintain some openness to it. That means that you're not like closing down and basically collapsing. So the first one is similar to what you were doing before, and you are just having a slow, steady breathing. Now you can do an exercise where instead of doing, hey, I'm going to do, just squats, slow squats, as many as I can per minute, do 2 squats that are 30 seconds apiece. So there's that slow tempo. You have that really kind of just methodical breathing still going on. You go up and down. Another variation is you can go with a slightly faster tempo, and this might be a 5 to 10 second tempo movement, but now you're slowing your breathing to match that tempo. So it might be I'm going to exhale for 5 seconds or 3 to 5 seconds, whatever you can handle. I'll hold at that bottom position for a few seconds, maybe 3 to 5 seconds, and then I'll inhale same amount of time, and then I'll stabilize and hold at the top for about the same amount of time. This is called box breathing, so you can Google that if you're looking for a little bit more specifics on that. But that'll be a good kind of just other option for that. Make sure, especially on that full exhale, if you can, leave a little oxygen in there until you're a little bit more skilled so you don't, again, pass out. And then the final piece is the steady. Now the steady is, now you have a higher tempo breathing. It's rhythmic. So I love exercises that you can get into a steady rhythm with. Burpee can be one. Kettlebells, swings, kettlebell snatches. Kettlebells are really good for this type of thing. You can really use it with anything, but you want it something that you can kind of comfortably align your breath to. You may know an exercise that you're already like that. Again, this shouldn't be something that crushes you. So if you can do like 1,000 double unders may be a perfect one for you. But if you can't, then do something that's a little easier for you, because you have to do it for 1 minute to 2 minutes. And all you're going to do is, now you're getting more stuff involved, so more movement, but you still have to concentrate on the breathing, and you're still trying to maintain that focus and awareness of that whole body and that alignment. Like I said, meditation, that is the primary thing we're trying to focus on, and so concentration. So if you're adding in an exercise or you're ramping it up too much and you lose concentration and focus, dial it down, all right? We want space. In that space is going to be born all your thought patterns, is insights. Your thoughts will start going, like, maybe you're doing kettlebell swing, you're like, oh man, I'm doing 50 of these? Oh man, I'm tired of this, that, and then you start to lose concentration and alignment, all these different things. And that's where you can start to enact some psychological reprogramming. See if you can try and get 2 or 3 times at least in this week. Be well, enjoy the moment, and move aware.